Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
So, good morning. It's morning here in Switzerland, and the first thing I did when waking up, I have to continue playing. So after that nightmare that was Asylum, that was a hell of a thing there. I really didn't know where exactly to go or what to do. I woke up here after my crazy friend there got killed by the DIMENSIONal SHAMBLER, which is a bit more of an obscure Mythos creature. And then I think that was Cthulhu at the end, or I don't know. I don't think they would show Cthulhu directly, but what else could that be? So anyway, you can tell by the tone of the music, the beautiful lighting, it's daytime, and my two new friends down there that everything's good. So let's go talk.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
And you? How you doing? Look at him, he's...
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Okay, I gotta think about this.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Look how dark the rings are under his eyes there, man. This guy is not the same guy I was with before. The guy who loved his uniform so much that he didn't want to come down and get it dirty. Test psychology.
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Talk to her. Let's see what she has to say. I saw dead bodies. Sarah Hawkins was committed.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I did that one, so... investigation. Let's do that one.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
What else can I say? I said that one, I did that one. Come back. I might be onto a lead.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Do I tell the truth, or do I lie? Truth sounds crazy, and they aren't red-pilled enough to know, or to believe me, but Crisis... let's just go with that. He called him the Shambler. Then maybe these people could at least believe that it's a person that was called the Shambler who did it.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
Maybe.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Now I have to decide whose side to take here. Let's stay prudent and not tell the truth. Let's, let's let the widow know that her husband got like BTFO'd in the middle of the room by some invisible thing. But then on the other hand, this cop, is he really still Bradley? Whereas she just sort of popped out of nowhere in the story in the nut house. So how do I know she's not working with that Fuller doctor? You know what? An ugly truth is always better than a beautiful lie, so let's go with that one. Time to red pill Mrs. Sanders.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
So, time to get the hell out of here and let's see. let's do some maintenance here. 1 CP. After all that shit, I get 1 CP. This game's a bit stingy, isn't it? Sanity, how are we doing? Stable, but look how much down it is, you know? So, are we to believe that each line is like, this is fully sane, that's sane enough, that's stable here, and by the time you get here, you're like batshit crazy? Like, what do we see here? The death of Francis Saunders, macabre discovery. To be honest, I think this sanity mechanic is pretty decent. I mean, in life, don't you have like a limited amount? I guess in a way you could say that. And then each thing that adds together, you know, eventually this builds a big picture, and then oh, there's the red pill. It kicks in, and then you realize that the truth of what's happened, and it's not a good truth. So I think this sanity mechanic is pretty good. I think it's actually much better than in say, for example, I think Amnesia: The Dark Descent, because there you look at the monsters and then you go a bit crazy and your teeth start grinding and all that. But as soon as they're gone, sorry, as soon as they're gone, you go back to normal. So it's like you can take a risk and just say, okay, I'm just going to look at the monster briefly, but afterwards I'm going to be fine. Here, this shit all adds up.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Talk to Sanders' widows.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Yes, vamos. Let's go.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Well, what should I say to you? This is all hard to say, I guess. You must not feel guilty. That's psychology. He died screaming right before. It's a bit hardcore. Do we have anything in the middle? I was no longer there when it happened. That's not true. You're taking it quite well. Okay, let's not just ram it in that hardcore yet. Maybe we should take, warm her up a bit here.
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body. and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest
Okay.
assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with it. My eloquence is only like 2 out of 5, I think. The true culprit is Fuller. That's true.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Yes, this one.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
How about that drink? You got something there for me? Can I just snoop around your house, please? Thank you.
Did she really care for him after all?
The body. So she wants the guy's body. The mummy is... Okay. So he's not giving the body back. That's cold.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
He even takes a picture of his picture. And he puts it on the mantle. He must really love that thing. Alright, I'll just do the detective vision quickly. Okay. A piano. Let's start.
A house of artists. A house of artists.
Okay. What clues? Paintings. Okay, there's a cup.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
So he was giving her the old business there. Was that the conclusion? Let's see.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
They had a fight. He harmed her. Oh, here it is.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
What's so great about this painting? Let's look at her.
He didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated.
And her?
Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Well, that was pretty rough, man. all that stuff happens just because he saw a painting, but that makes it all that much more attractive, right? It goes to that whole theme of, oh, if you can see something so hideous, what if it's painting that's so hideous? And if we remember Pickman's model, those paintings were always renowned for being
Let's
so
see what this
horrible.
cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Oh my god. Hey, it's our boy, HP. How you doing, Howard? They put you in your own game. Edison, or a gold molded record. Man, Lovecraft, I just want to say thank you for making such awesome stories. I'm having great fun here. Although you didn't write this story, but you know what I mean. Come on. Okay, so we'll just take that. Thank you. Nothing really more to see here, I guess. Can we just scratch around her house? She doesn't seem to care much, so... No. If I remember, there's only one story. I just woke up, so I'm a bit rusty. There is one story where there's explicably the mention of a dimensional shambler that was the horror in the museum. And that was where, or was it Out of the Eons? One of the two. Where the guy puts on, he has a wax museum, and then he puts on like a costume that is of a dimensional shambler. But basically it was just like a humanoid being with sort of
I could
leathery...
use one of those.
Basically with leathery skin, and it comes after people through dimensions, so you can't escape it. That's
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
So she drew this thing, and she knew it would screw him up, but he just wanted it in the end.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
All's fair in love and war, I suppose.
So, we're in the gallery, right? So it's gonna be in there. Another health book. Yes, very good. Anything else? What is that? Oh, it's like a dream
A
catcher.
strange Amerindian pendant.
Dreamcatcher. Okay, I'll just take it. God, I gotta love these games, you know, you just sort of walk into someone's house and take their stuff. Alright, let's go see this bloody painting after all. Wait, one more book. Would you read this book? Yeah, okay, let's have a look. What? Malleus Bestium. Encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. I don't recall Malleus Bestium being in any Lovecraft story. We got the Elder Siren. I would assume those are the Hounds of Tindalos. Also a great creature. I think that was from a story created by Frank Belknap Long. That was a pretty good story, actually. Highly recommended. What? What the hell happened here? My sanity, did it go down? Yeah, it did. Okay. So now, let me take a guess as to why sanity went down. He saw all this stuff, And now he sees a book that basically hints at what he saw being... It's not just from his head. There's other people that wrote about this sort of thing. So now it sort of gives weight to the credence that there are actually things out there who want to, you know, screw him. Yeah. Alright, let's go see this bloody painting first, finally. Okay, let's go. Wow, man. You know, I've never really wanted money in my life, really. Or a desire to be rich. You just have enough to survive and be happy. But when I see like art buildings like this, you know, it makes me wish I actually was a hard worker and stuff, that I could afford this. Calm down, dude. Yeah, so I mean, why is there a hiding spot in this game already? Is something about to come and attack me? Jesus Christ, this is awesome. Alright, let's have a look around. Tentacle
These
knife.
artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
That's interesting. Yeah, so you got knives and stuff. Is that it? Yeah, I mean the art here. Lovecraft was always on about art actually in his stories. Like he would describe like a scene or something, and that he would say something like, it's something so horrible that even a Dore wouldn't paint it, you know. D-O-R-E. That's one of the painters he mentioned 2 or 3 times, you know, when describing something hideous, like not even they could do it.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
So we've got a bear and a seal. That's okay, art, I guess. Is that real? Could be. We got a baby fucking up a goose. Okay. I actually had pet geese and stuff growing up as a kid in South Africa. When I lived in a harbor, we had like a lot of animals. Chickens, geese, that sort of thing. Dogs, cats, obviously. Geese are actually quite nice pets. They're birds, but they're not as stupid like chickens, you know. They're more friendly, you know. My lantern. Well, so far, this is just a small version of that other one. So far, another hiding one. That's not a good sign. Indeed. So far, the art is a bit grotesque, but nothing that's going to send you crazy, I think.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Maybe they were mythical and they were for self-defense about whatever was to come or something. It's like a tentacled lion. Oh, look at that fog here at random, just popping into the screen. It's getting a bit darker here. Oh boy, there it is. There's this bloody painting. The Shambler. Alright boys, I'm suspecting a drop in sanity, maybe a jump scare or 2, and I'm gonna have to run and hide, so... Okay, let's go and see what happens, huh?
What the hell was that?
Okay. Okay. Jeez, you even look at that guy and you start going nuts. I'm gonna die in this fucking level, I just know it. Run! Move your fucking ass, dude! Jesus Christ. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This asshole's still here. I can't hide in here forever, man. Is he out there? Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna take a risk. Oh my god. What's the objective? Sorry, I have to take a break here. What is my mission? It says nothing. So I'm just gonna chill here with this dimensional shambler prick, and then and then I'm going to what? Escape or something? Hold on. I'm not a coward. I'm just saying. All right. Let's grow a pair of balls here. Come on. Where's this? Oh, there, he's out there. He's out there. There he goes. Shit. Okay, he's gone. Shit. Where do I escape to, man? The front door? The way I came in was there. I came through there, right? Okay.
Damn. Did it hear that?
What? I can't get out.
I can't even touch it.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna have to get like a knife. That's why he went to the old weapons, this guy. He realized that was a way of self-defense or something. So I can't go through the door until I defeat this guy somehow. Take the knife, man, or do you have to examine all of them until you find the right knife?
Maybe I can use this dagger.
How do you... Is this just self-defense one? Wait, hold on, let me just... let me just check the controls quick. Well, okay. It's either E... do I fight this guy now? Come on, you son of a bitch! Come on! Come on! I'll take you on! Huh? No. Well, that was a bad idea. I thought I had the knife. Like I thought I had the knife. I could do something, obviously. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, let's try that again, huh?
The hell was that?
Okay. We're gonna use a bit more logic this time, huh? get the knife. I think I'm gonna have to get the knife. And you see that one? It was just sort of like a defensive pose. So maybe it's not the right knife or something, you know? I mean, they had knives over there as well.
Damn! Maybe I can use this dagger.
Hide, 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 hide. Wait for him to go away. Oh god. I can't even use the light. I know it's very dark for you guys watching on the video, but believe me, it's dark here as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, this guy's, he's gone, I think. What the hell am I supposed to do against this guy? Oh my gosh, look at this guy.
Damn it! This dagger didn't work.
Okay, dude. Alright, so this is what you have to do. There are a bunch of knives, each one is a bit different. You gotta get the right one, stick it in the painting, and then hope that that is the one that destroys it. Alright, this is gonna take a while. I'll come back to you later when I find the right bloody knife.
This dagger looks different.
Okay, I think I found the right knife now. Run your fucking arse off, please. A little bit more. Thank you.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Well, that was something. Oh, the Nameless Bookstore. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, yeah. Alright guys, we're gonna stop there for
Where's
now.
the bookseller?
That was the first time we actually had a real monster combat, and it was pretty good, I gotta say. I enjoyed it, but holy shit. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Cheers.